I'm Dan Monahan, and joining me for the broadcast tonight is Steve Bear. Steve, welcome.
Nice to be here.
Tonight, the Bulldogs will square off with the Fenton Bison. Fenton has a record of 5-3, so this is a big night for them. They're looking to make the playoffs with a 6th win tonight, and RB has the opportunity to play spoiler. So even though the record hasn't been that great this year, they have an opportunity to spoil a playoff bid for one of their conference rivals. So, Steve, what do you think going into the game here? What are we looking for?
Well, I mean, RB really has nothing to lose, so, I mean, they'll probably just give it their best shot because, I mean, for these seniors, it's their last game. So,
yeah, I think that that helps build the incentive a little bit, especially for those seniors. This is the last chance they're going to have to take the field as Bulldog football players, so hopefully they're up to the challenge tonight. Band is still on the field here. You're welcome to the Bulldogs, and here we get going. All right, we're ready to go here at Chewy Stadium. RB is led by a sophomore quarterback, Ryan Swift, number 6. So we look for good things from him tonight.
Yep, Swift. Jack Vandermeer started this year at quarterback, but after injuring his shoulder, now it's all Ryan Swift. So this is his 4th start, I believe. So we'll see how he does.
Well, and even though the record hasn't been there for the Bulldogs this year, they do have a couple of sophomores in addition to Swift that are up there on the varsity, and they're getting good experience, and that'll help them build the program up for next year.
Yep, Dean Ziglich, he's been a key pass catcher. And last game, Butch Whitkin came onto the scene.
All right, so Fenton's going to be kicking off. The Bulldogs will receive.
Dean Ziglich is back to return. All right, here we go.
Low kick fielded at about the 20-yard line. He gets about 10 yards on the return out to about the 31-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start, 1st and 10.
Not a bad return, seeing as he fumbled it a few times initially.
Yeah, not bad field position to get started. The Bulldogs will be working from close to the right hash as we move left to right across the screen.
All right, let's see how RB comes out. Last game of the season. Let's see what they can do.
And Swift back in shotgun, 4 receivers set for the Bulldogs. Motion left. We got a toss left.
Ooh.
Room on the left side. Gets
Nice.
a little more than 10 yards there on 1st down, and that'll be enough for another 1st down.
That was Brian Kulaga. Nice run. 1st down.
Bulldogs going no huddle here.
Yeah, they're fast paced, and why not? It's last game. Man in motion again.
Swift fakes the handoff, keeps it. Up the
Oh.
left side, there's a lot of room.
Oh,
Flag comes in late. About a 20-yard gain on the play by Swift. Let's see what the call is.
play action, and then Swift just took it himself. Nice run.
Unfortunately, we got a hold on the Bulldogs, and it's going to bring the play back.
You can't beat yourself.
Well, we saw that a little bit last week. RB had an opportunity with a lot of turnovers from Naz in the first quarter and a half of that game, but they were unable to muster much of an offensive attack. So hopefully they'll have better success tonight.
Yeah, well, when you have 4 turnovers in the first half, you got to do something with them.
All right, Swift under center now. First and about 11. Swift sprints right.
Oh.
The pass is incomplete.
Lewis Rogers couldn't quite hold on to that one.
Had him open in the flats there, but they failed to connect. Again, the Bulldogs looking to go no huddle here on second down.
Ideally there, you'd like to see like a faster pass. It kind of was like a dying duck up there.
Yeah, this time of year the weather gets colder, a little bit harder to be crisp with your passes.
Yep.
Swift back again in shotgun. 3 receivers right.
Screen pass. Oh.
Intended for Ziglich. Incomplete. That'll bring up third down and 11.
So after that big run, the penalty really put this drive to a halt.
Yeah, they had a couple of real nice positive plays there, and you're right, the penalties kind of stalled them here. Let's see what they can do on third down.
This could be a big play here.
Swift again in shotgun. Kalaga back, offset right. Pump fake by Swift.
Oh.
And he's hitting the backfield and brought down.
He had time there. It just looked like no one was open downfield.
Sacked by number 9, Matt Lucas for Fenton. That'll bring up a fourth down and about 14, 15 yards to go. Bulldogs will be in punt formation here.
You hate to see that. It looked like they were going on a good drive there, and then a penalty just stops everything.
Flag comes out.
Oh, bad punt.
It's pretty much straight up in the air.
Oh.
Got a favorable roll.
Yeah.
Ball is covered up at about the 45-yard line.
As bad as that punt was, it got a pretty nice roll. So.
Yeah, they got it out of their own end of the field, so we'll see how the Bulldogs do on defense here.
But there was a flag on the play.
Illegal procedure penalty on the Bulldogs. We'll see if it looks like Fenton's going to make him re-kick. Interesting. They didn't get much of a punt off there. I'm surprised Fenton didn't just take the ball at the 45. Hopefully the Bulldogs now can get a better punt off.
It could be a blessing in disguise for the Bulldogs here.
Good snap.
This punt a little bit better.
All right, so the punt covered up and down at about the 39-yard line, so the Bulldogs actually gained about 6 yards in field position there by having a re-kick, so it worked out for them.
Well, Bulldogs punter, Matt Schapp, he's out for the season with a broken foot. He was also the running back and big component in the receiving game, too. So that was a tough loss for this Bulldogs team.
Yeah, they have been plagued by a lot of injuries this year, that's for sure. Fenton comes out right hash, Twins left, I formation backfield. They fake the give to the fullback, throw swing pass out. Pass is complete to number 3, Alex Cohen. Quarterback for Fenton, number 15, William Wasman.
All right, let's see if the Bulldogs can get a stop here after being stopped on their first drive.
So it'll be second down and 4 yards to go here for Fenton, left hash. 9:20 remaining in the first quarter. Fenton goes Twins right. Again, I formation backfield. Gives to the tailback, number 3.
Ah,
Breaks a couple of tackles and has enough yards for the first down.
Got to make those tackles.
Make it into RB territory. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line of the Bulldogs. Run again by number 3, Cohen. All right, Fenton comes out. Offset eye this time. Toss left, again to Cohen. Reverses field, has some room to the right. Slips a couple of tackles. And is finally brought down at about the 40-yard line. Might be just short of a first down.
Nick DeMarco on the tackle.
Ball be placed right at the 40-yard line. They'll need to get to the 39 for a first down. So it'll be second down and 1 yard to go. Cohen seems to be their go-to guy early on. He's touched the ball all 3 plays so far.
Yeah, got to stop the run here. It looks like that's Fenton's primary weapon.
I formation, twins right for Fenton. Fake the fullback give. Toss backside again to Cohen. Reverses his field again. There's a lot of room. He's into the clear at the 10, the 5. Ball came loose. It'd be an interesting call. I don't know if he got into the end zone or not.
I think he was in before the ball came loose.
And they're calling it a touchdown. Yeah. So I think they thought that he broke the plane before the ball came loose. And so Fenton scores first here with 7:33 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Fenton.
Yeah, you got to know that they're going to run there. I mean, you should be able to stop that. But Cohen is a fast runner, but still.
Yeah, back-to-back plays, he cut back against the grain, and there wasn't much help on the backside there. Extra point is good, and Fenton establishes a 7-0 lead here early on in the first quarter.
All right, well, RB's useless. They played from behind in pretty much all their games so far, with the exception of the Elmwood game. So let's see what they can do down 7-0 here.
Yeah, this isn't the start they wanted for sure. Again, if you're going to try to pull the upset, try to play the spoiler, you needed to maybe strike first and make Fenton feel a little uneasy about the game. So now you have an opportunity to get the ball back. Let's see if they can get back to what they were doing those first couple plays, which was getting some productive yards on first down.
Yeah, well, without the penalty there, like, who knows? It could be a tie ball game right now.
That's right. Ziglich again back deep to return.
All right, let's see what Ziglich can do here. Ran it back to the 30 last time out.
Yeah, the Fenton kicker didn't get too deep of a kick. It tumbled most of the way down the field, so I don't know that they have to set up too deep for the return. Didn't look like he had the strength to get it too far down the field.
Yep. Yeah, another bad kick. Lewis Rogers with it.
Fielded by Upbeck Rogers at about the 20. And he gets about 5 or 6 yards on the return. Looks like the ball will be spotted somewhere around the 25-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over and start 1st and 10.
All right, let's see if we can do something better than last drive.
And Swift breaks the huddle. And he comes up under center, I formation backfield for the Bulldogs. Tight right. Long count, handoff to the tailback. And he is stuffed for, I think, a loss of a yard there.
Yeah, you got to establish the running game if you want to be like dual-sided, passing and running.
Well, Fenton only going with a three-man front here. They have kind of a 3-3 look here. More of a nickel defensive package. Now we're an offset eye. Again, no huddle for the Bulldogs. Swift under center.
Rogers in motion.
And we have a toss right. Got blockers out in front.
He ran into his own player there.
Yeah, again, not much of a gain there. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Bring up another 3rd and long for the Bulldogs.
Got to get something going here. You don't want to give it right back to them for another score. So.
Well, that's the downside of the no huddle. If you're not going to chew up some of the clock that way, when you don't get the first downs, you're giving them the ball back and you're not using up much of the clock.
Yep.
Again, I formation, tight left, Swift under center. Fakes the give. Throw over the middle, the ball's
intercepted.
tipped. And the ball's intercepted by number 13, Rene Garcia. Fenton will take over in Bulldog territory. Ball at about the 48-yard line.
That's what happens when the ball gets bounced up like that. Someone's going to come down with it.
So certainly not what the Bulldogs wanted to get started with tonight. Already down a score. Now they give Fenton the ball with good field position. Ball in the left hash. So far we've only seen for Fenton one player really with the ball, and that's Alex Cohen. So we'll see if they're going to keep feeding him the ball. He's lined up at the tailback position.
You got to guess run here, adjust the pass, because running is all they've really been doing thus far.
Fenton with a little motion, tight end right, I formation. And again, the gives to Cohen. Cuts back against the grain. Tackled after a gain of about 5 yards. Yeah, again, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. And Fenton seems to be content just giving Cohen the ball here if RB's not able to stop him.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to stop him on every play, but he squirms his way through there.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to play disciplined defense. With his ability to cut back, they got to stay home on the backside, make sure that they don't get caught chasing the ball too far to one side of the field.
Yeah, and again, you got to know that the run's coming. That's all they've been doing.
Twins right for Fenton, I formation. This time a give to the fullback for maybe a yard gain. It'll bring 3rd and about 4 for Fenton.
All right, well, that's good to see. Although it wasn't Cohen, still a good stop.
Fullback number 9, Matt Lucas, on the carry.
All right, let's see if the Dogs can get a big stop here.
This would be a little bit of a boost for him if they could hold him here and force him to punt. This end of the field, though, sometimes teams are willing to go for it. They're out of field goal range. If they don't feel a punt's worth it, they might even go on 4th down.
Yep.
Again, tight left, Twins right, same formation. Little counter play, given to Cohen.
Nice stop.
Bulldogs stayed home, played it nice. Stopped him for no gain on the play.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here because it looks like their special teams game with their kicker. I don't know if they're going to punt it.
It looks like they're bringing out a punt formation, so the Bulldogs hold. And barring a fake punt, should get the ball back here.
It's Rogers back to return. Rogers against Ridgewood, I believe. He had a kick return, 80-yard kick return. So we'll see what he can do here. Bad punt.
Watch out. All right, high short punt. I'm not sure some of the Bulldogs going down in coverage knew exactly where that ball was coming down, but fortunately it didn't hit any of them. Bulldogs will take over at the 18-yard line. So not great field position, but they did hold on defense, and we'll see if they can muster up some offense here.
Yeah, that was a big stop. Let's see if they can use it to their advantage, get some momentum going. Swift just coming off that interception. Let's see how he responds here.
Mike Davis at the top of the screen there, split left, I formation backfield. Give us to the tailback. Decent room on the left side.
Nice run by Kulaga.
So good first down play gives them something that's much more manageable on second down. It'll be 2nd and 4. Ball is placed at just shy of the 25-yard line. Bulldogs now huddling up here between plays. Tight end right this time, but an offset eye.
Pitch to Kalaga.
Toss right, and not much room there. Tackled for a couple yard loss, so the gains they made on first down, they just gave back a little bit. It'll be back to 3rd and long. Ball's going to be at about the 21-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and about 8 yards to go.
Kalaga was trying to cut the corner there, but he just kept on going backwards.
Yeah, the blockers didn't get the job done there on the right side, so they're back to 3rd and long. We'll see what they got in store. Break the huddle, trips left. Single back, Swift in shotgun. Fenton again with 3 down linemen.
Oh!
Little wraparound pass there. And good gains, but I think he's going to come up a little bit short. About a yard short of the first down. Ball will be placed at the 28. They needed the 29 for first down. So we'll see what the decision is
here. They might
here.
be going for it here. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a tough spot in the field.
But again, they really got nothing to lose.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, you might as well take a chance if you don't have anything to lose. Looks like they're going to get a measurement. That'll give RB a few extra seconds to decide what they want to do here. But Swift is still out there on the field, so it looks as though they might try to run a play if they are short.
Yeah, for me, nothing to lose. Might as well just go for it.
All right, so they did come up a little bit short.
Looks like they're going to go for it here.
Verdon checks in for Ziglich. And here we go, 4th and a few inches. Swift coming up under center. Bulldogs double tight.
Lenara is in the backfield.
And Swift is just going to push forward and QB sneak.
Looks like he got it.
Yeah, more than enough for the first down. Nice play by the Bulldogs, and they get a fresh set of downs for the first time this evening.
All right, so big 4th down conversion. Try to build off that,
Yeah, hopefully this will give them a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence. So they break the huddle. Davis up top, split left. Tight left, I formation. Give off the left side.
Kalaga stuffed.
Yeah, drop for, again, maybe a loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Ball at about the 30-yard line. A little more than a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Let's see how they come out on 2nd down.
Again, Davis up at the top of your screen, split left, tight left, offset eye this time. Swift rolls left, back to pass.
He's just going to run with, big hit.
A big hit, ball might have come out here.
Ball's loose.
Receivers were covered up downfield.
Fenton saying it's their ball.
Yeah, Swift kept it, tried to get what he could, and was hit.
Boy.
Ball belongs to Fenton, so it did come out there. And again, Fenton going to be given a short field here.
2 early turnovers. It's going to come back to haunt you.
So the Bulldogs out on defense now. Have to try to make a stop here after the turnover.
You hate to see that because they just came off that big stop. Defense relying on the offense to put some points up there, and then the defense is right back at it then.
Fenton tight left, I formation. Give off left side, stuffed by the Bulldogs. So Cohen, not much running room there. Virtually no gain, maybe loss of about a half a yard. It'll be basically 2nd and 10, maybe 2nd and 11 here when they spot the ball.
Justin Iagni on the stop there.
All right, that'll be bring us to the end of the first quarter here with the score Fenton 7 and the Bulldogs 0. As the quarter ends, we remind you that our sponsor tonight is Dr. Pizza, right here in our district. Bulldogs will switch ends of the field here, and they will again try to hold serve here on the defensive end.
Yeah, well, not that bad considering 2 turnovers. They had a big stop there, but number 3, Cohen, is really running circles around him.
Yeah, the defense seems to be keen on that, and so we'll have to see if Fenton, what other kinds of plays they have besides just feeding him the ball.
Yeah, the passing attack is virtually inexistent, so just stop Cohen, and I think you stop their defense pretty much.
Well, and so far offensively, the Bulldogs have not shown the ability to drive the ball, so that's got to give Fenton a little bit of confidence that they can be conservative offensively if they don't feel like they're going to be pressured on defense. All right, we got twins left for Fenton, tight right. I formation backfield. Osmond back to pass. His receiver open left side.
Wide open.
Makes a move and still on his feet, pushing his way down to about the 10-yard line. More than enough for a first down. See where they spot the ball, just outside the 10.
All right, in the red zone now. Let's see if the Bulldogs can come up with another stop here.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Fenton. Ball's at the 13-yard line, left hash. So they don't throw the ball too much, but when they went to it, it was wide open.
Yeah, it looked like a blown assignment there. No one even near him.
Able to get good yards after the catch as well. So Fenton breaks their huddle, twins right. I formation backfield again. Back to pass again. A little 5 and out there.
You see Cohen there, also a part of their passing attack as well.
Yeah, so you can see the couple times that he's been out there and lining up as a receiver, they clearly go right to him. So I think that's something the Bulldogs are going to have to make sure they adjust to. That wherever he goes, that's probably where the ball's going. Short gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and maybe 9. Ball's at about the 12-yard line. Fenton can get a first down without getting into the end zone here. Single receiver up top. A little bit of a full house backfield here. Gives to Cohen with 2 lead blockers in the backfield, but RB's defense does a nice job of closing that down and stopping him for little or no gain.
Nice stop there. All right, 3rd down. Stop here would be big.
Yeah, the RB defense has had to work a lot this first quarter in a minute or so, but let's see if they can hold. At least force Fenton to have to make a decision about a field goal.
Yeah, and with looks like a weak field goal kicker, it looks good chance he'll miss.
Again, Fenton in a full house backfield. Tight right. Back to pass, single receiver.
Fade.
And it falls
Nice.
incomplete. They had the one-on-one coverage, but they were not able to connect. That'll bring up a 4th down. It does look like they're going to bring out a kicking unit. Number 44, Raul Ayala, will be doing the kicking for Fenton. Ball be placed at about the 20, so we're looking at about a 30-yard field goal attempt here.
Cohen also holding multi-purpose.
So again, you got to watch for the fake.
Yeah.
And not a good effort there. Kick Very low and no good. So RB defense once again holds, and they're giving the offense a chance.
Yeah, that could be key because weak field goal kicker, if you stop them, like in the red zone, it probably means no points for them.
Well, and if Fenton doesn't have confidence in their kicker, you may find the next time they get down there that they're just going to go for it on fourth down instead of making that field goal attempt. So here we go. RB with the ball. Twins left. Tight right. Shotgun for Swift. Single back. There's a snap. And
fumble.
And they fumbled it on the exchange.
Looks like Bulldogs fell on top of it, though.
Yeah, but they're going to take a loss of a couple of yards there. It's going to bring up second and long.
Waste of a play. Yeah,
I'm not sure if it was meant to be some kind of read option play where Swift wasn't sure if he was going to give it up to him or not, but some of that ball ended up on the carpet. So now they go 4 wide. Spread formation here, single back.
Fumbled again. Bad snap.
Snap gets away from Swift. He's able to pick it up, but he's downed at about the 8-yard line. Big loss on the play. That's going to bring up a third and, let's say, 21. Third and 22. So the Bulldogs not going in the right direction here.
Yeah, and you hate to see that coming off of a missed field goal. Just 2 dead plays.
Offset I, tight right. Swift under center. Give is to the tailback. And he gets minimal yards there. I think they were just trying to make sure they had enough room to get a punt off here.
Yeah.
Pretty conservative play call. I don't think they were trying to get the first down there, just give themselves some room to punt.
So it's Agnew punting after a bad first punt. Let's see what he does here.
The wind is blowing right to left here, so a little bit of a help wind-wise on this kick. Good hang time, but not much distance. The ball lands at about the 28-yard line and goes out of bounds. No return. They'll spot it at the 27, so it'll be Fenton ball again. The defense is going to have to play on a short field.
Yeah, the offense is really not helping out defense here.
There's a flag on the play.
Looks like it's on.
Illegal formation on the Bulldogs. That penalty's declined. Fenton will just take the kick where it went out of bounds.
That's his second illegal formation on a punt tonight. Sloppy play from the Bulldogs thus far.
So Twins right for Fenton. Their usual I formation. Cohen at the tailback position.
Screen pass to Cohen again.
I'm sorry, Cohen was split right there. And so again, I think that's 3 times he's lined up.
Oh, ball's loose.
Oh, I think they're calling him down by contact. So that's, I think, 3 times that Cohen's lined up as a receiver. All 3 times they've thrown the ball to him. So they're clearly keen on him, and the RB defense should be aware of that. About a 9-yard gain there, so it'll be 2nd down and 1. Ball's at about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, again, offense flowing through Cohen. So stop him and stop their offense pretty much.
Twins left. Cohen is split left again. Give is to the fullback. Still on his feet. Carrying a host of... Oh, and he breaks free and actually gets into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Fenton.
Oh, boy.
Not very good tackling there. He carried 4 or 5 Bulldogs all the way down the field there into the end zone. Scoring was number 34, Thomas Corona.
Man, and this is what you didn't want to see happen. Down 13, about to be 14. if you want to pull off the upset, you got to put some points up, make some stops. And the Bulldogs are struggling to do that so far.
Fenton set for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 6:59 remaining in the second quarter, Fenton has a 14-0 lead on the Bulldogs. You're watching RBTV, your educational network. Check out our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/myrbtv. Watch 24-hour sports network, all your favorite games, classics from the mid-'80s through last year, and old game footage from the 60s, 70s, and early 80s. The RBTV 24-hour sports network, online at www.rbtv.tv.
That means watching Tim Brasic. And it was about 11 years from now that they had the big state tournament run where they fell to Joliet Catholic.
That's right. I was here for that game. It was one of the most incredible high school games I've ever seen. People were 10 deep around the track. You couldn't see what was going on. It was just an incredible experience and a phenomenal game. RB had a chance to win it at the end, and it was just a tremendous high school football game.
And then Joliet Catholic went on to win the state championship. So Bulldogs trying to get back there, but obviously they still got some work to do.
Look like offsides on there. A bit of a pooch kick out of bounds by Fenton. I don't know if that was by design or not. The ball went out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Flags out on the play.
It looks like it was just an accident because you saw the kicker hit his own helmet in frustration. So, again, weak kicker. So that could come key in this game.
Penalty for kicking it out of bounds, I think, gets spotted at the 40, but the kick went out ahead of the 40-yard line. So I'm guessing it'll just get spotted where it went out of bounds. They're putting it at about the 44-yard line. So the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10.
All right, down 2 scores. You got to come out and do something here. Swift is throwing an interception and fumble. Got to take care of the ball.
Davis split left here to the bottom of the screen. Swift under center. Single back, double tight formation.
Rogers in motion.
Toss left, blockers out in front.
Oh, nice.
A little bit of running room, so good positive play. We haven't seen that since the first drive of the game for RB.
Looks like they got about 9 yards there. Kulaga on the run.
This is where you want to be. 2nd down and short. You got a lot of options of what kind of plays you want to run there.
Nice play.
I think the first time that RB has gotten into Fenton territory here. So Rogers at the top of the screen, split right. Again, double tight for the Bulldogs, single back. Swift under center. Fakes the handoff. Pressure coming at him. Gets rid of the ball, and it is caught.
Bobbled by number 13 on Fenton, and nice catch.
Yeah, it looked like that could have been an interception for sure, but the ball got tipped up in the air, and the RB receiver came into the play and made the catch, so it'll be a completed 1st down. That'll move the change. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line of Fenton.
That's a big break for Swift. Definitely could be Fenton's ball right now.
Davis split left here at the bottom of the screen. Again, the double tight formation RB sticking with.
Right off the shoulder pad.
A little hitch pass goes incomplete. Interesting that RB's kind of going to more of a max protector, using 2 tight ends. Fenton's only going with 3 down linemen in their formation, but they do seem to bring one of the linebackers randomly from play to play. So we'll see if this helps their protection scheme and lets them get some better production out of their offensive plays. So again, the double tight formation. Now Swift back in shotgun.
Davis has one-on-one covers. Let's see if they go to him.
2nd down and 10. Ball's at the 42. Fakes the give. Little read option by Swift. Keeps it. Gains maybe no gain at all. Looks like it's going to be placed again at the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 10. So RB moving the ball, got into Fenton territory, and now here they are again back at 3rd and long. So 5:30 to go in the second quarter. This is about as good a field position as RB's had here in the first half. Let's see if they can keep the drive going here. So again, double tight, single back, Swift under center. Long count by Swift. Tight ends release up the seam.
Davis,
Pass is
nice
complete
catch.
to Davis underneath.
Oh.
The ball comes out. Davis had the completion and made a football move. And then the ball came out. They would be short of the first down either way. Looks like RB held onto it, but it's going to be 4th down and about 3 yards to go. Ball be placed at about the 35.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
So again, as you said before, they're willing to go 4th and short, well in their own territory, I would imagine here. Again, there's not really much sense in putting in this situation. You don't have anything to lose, and you really need to get something going offensively to try to keep yourself in this game.
Yeah, and with a weak punting game, I think we could be seeing a lot of 4th down attempts here.
Timeout by the Bulldogs. Probably a good spot here for a timeout. Gives the Bulldogs a chance to think about the play they want to run here. I'm sure Coach Curtin has a list of plays for this kind of situation, so you want to make sure that everybody knows what they're going to do. Again, this is something you really want to, you want to get this first down, obviously, but especially here towards the end of the second quarter, it'd be nice for them to get a score and feel like they're in this game. You don't get this first down, you're giving Fenton the ball back, and you miss another opportunity to score some points.
14-7 is a world different than 14-0, so it could be a big confidence boost. They could put some points on the board before half.
Well, and again, even connecting the dots from last week, they didn't do much offensively last week, so they could use some positive offensive feeling. A little motion here by Davis. Offset eye. Give to the tailback, Kalaga. He dives forward.
Looks like
Let's
he
see
got
where they
it.
spot it.
Yep.
He made a late dive. I don't know where his knees actually touch the ground. We'll see how the refs shake it out here. The ref to our side of the play looks like he's given him enough. Let's see where they spot it.
Official timeout here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to probably have to measure. The ball's at about the 32.5-yard line. That's right where the sticks are.
It looked like that last jump got it, but I'm not sure. They're about to measure it here.
Well, it is a game of inches, and certainly for the RB offensive confidence, they really need this first down here. And it is short.
Just short.
So
About
Fenton,
an inch short.
Fenton takes over on downs. About 4:29 remaining in the second quarter.
All right, well, came up short on 4th down, but for once the defense isn't in their own territory. So,
yeah, hopefully they can maybe get a stop here before halftime. They do have some timeouts that they could use to try to manage the clock a little bit. But they do give Fenton a longer field to play with here. So Cohen now split right, so they've gotten him out of the backfield the last few plays. Twins right. A little bit of a split backfield here for Fenton. Quick give. Gain of about 4 for Fenton on that.
the fullback there, not Cohen.
Number 34, Thomas Corona on the carry.
So again, it's important that you key in on Cohen because the offense is going through him right now. If you can stop him here, go into halftime only down 2 scores, and then think about what you're going to do then.
Yeah, Fenton kind of taking their time, letting the clock run down. Here we go, I formation again, Twins right. Pump
Oh,
fake
big
and
hit. Nick Kandari, I believe. Or, no, that was, yeah,
Zach Greenwell.
Zach Greenwell.
Looked like they were going to run kind of a hitch and go there. The quarterback gave a pump fake, and before he got done with that pump fake, he was getting put on the turf there. So
Huge hit by Greenwell.
all right, Fenton takes a timeout here. There was a loss on the play of about the same 4 yards they got on first down, so it'll be 3rd and 10. Ball's at about the 33-yard line.
And a timeout by Fenton. So 3rd and 10, get a stop here, force them to punt. And you never know, their special teams game not looking so great. So a bad punt, RB could be looking to score before the half.
Yeah, I mean, a stop here really gives you probably good field position because neither side's really shown the ability to punt the ball more than 15 or 20 yards. And so you're right, a stop here, and RB would be in good shape to have one last shot offensively. They still have 2 timeouts.
First things first, though, got to stop.
Yeah, that's right. All right, here comes Fenton out of the timeout. No huddle. They're going to a trips right formation, so this is something new that they haven't shown yet. Roll out right.
Oh.
Under pressure. Gets rid of the ball.
Oh,
Screen
no.
back. Uh-oh, a lot of room there on the backside. And flag comes out late.
Could be a helmet-to-helmet hit there.
Yeah. Good collision on the far side of the field. Ball made it down to about the 46, 47-yard line. Mike Lucas on the reception. So they kind of rolled everything to the right and came back with the screen back to the left, and there was nobody home. So they're going to tack on another 15 here for a personal foul.
Looked like there was a Agnew there on the hit.
Yeah, they had a hit, and they also are kind of coming up from, I don't know if they had a horse collar too. The way he was starting to be tackled looked like they were grabbing him from behind those shoulder pads, so it could have been either one of those. Ball's going to be all the way down to the 32. So suddenly now the field's been flipped, just as we were talking about the RB defense being in better shape. Now they're right back where they've been, but they've been playing tough down here at this end of the field. So twins right for Fenton, 2-back set, quick give. Stood up, gets about 5 yards before he's shoved out of bounds.
All right, but the clock keeps on running there, and at this point, you're hoping that the clock just goes down as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and I don't think Fenton's in any hurry. They don't want to give the ball back to the Bulldogs, even if they score here with too much time left on the clock. So they're going to try to obviously score, but they want to do it with as little time left in the half as possible. The RB defense probably getting tired out there. They've been out there for a lot of the first half. They got to dig deep here.
Yeah, just get the stop, and then you get that break at halftime.
All right, so here's the formation they just ran with. They get trips right, shotgun, fake, handoff, little quick screen.
Cohen again.
Give this to Cohen. He's got room, and then he cuts back across the field. And it looks like he's going to make it to the end zone. There was a flag, though. There might be a formation call here, so it's possible that this play is coming back.
Still, though, regardless of the penalty, you can't let Cohen run around like that.
Penalty is against Fenton.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Yeah, the flag came out as soon as they snapped the ball, so I'm guessing there was probably a formation issue there. They did have trips right. Maybe they didn't have enough guys up on the line of scrimmage. We'll bring the ball back to the 34. Under 2 minutes to go now in the first half. It'll be second down and about 12 yards to go for Fenton. So, yeah, like you said, I mean, even though that play came back, it's still a simple little screen pass, and the defense isn't able to make the tackle. And next thing you know, he's breaking into the clear and getting big yardage. So they got to tackle better.
Yeah, and it looks like all their tackles are like trying to grab him around the neck. You gotta like go low,
All right, so 3 receivers out there for Fenton. Twins right. And Fenton takes its second timeout.
So 1:53 to go. Fenton still looking to put some more points on the board. RB looking to go into the half, only down 2 scores.
You're watching RBTV, your educational network. Check out our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/myrbtv. We're here at Chewy Stadium at Riverside Brookfield High School. Riverside Brookfield hosting the Fenton Bison. Fenton coming in with a record of 5-3. They need this win to get in the playoffs. Even though they have 5 wins and they'll have a winning record even without this game, they don't have enough playoff points. And all those pairings will come out tomorrow. After this last week, the playoff points are basically determined by your opponent's victories, so it's kind of a strength of schedule component. And so there are 5 and 4 teams that don't get into the playoffs because they simply don't have enough playoff points when they tally them up. So if you get 6 wins, you're in automatically, and that's certainly what Fenton wants to do. They don't want to leave it up to a point total at a 5 and 4 record. So right now things are looking good for them. RB trying to play the spoiler here. So we're almost to halftime, under 2 minutes. Fenton will have the ball, 2nd and 12, near the left hash. Twins right, I formation. Wasman under center. Back to pass. Wheel route.
Oh, off the head of Rogers.
Yeah, Rogers playing defense. Yeah, he didn't really see that. I don't think he got his head around it, just hit him in the back. So the ball kind of underthrown.
Talk about using your head.
Well, there's a good example where they're clearly keying on Cohen there. You know, he's their go-to guy. Pass was just underthrown.
Yeah. Fenton looking to make the playoffs. It seems like every team that RB has played this season is a playoff team with Nazareth, St. Francis. I believe it's six out of the 9 teams they've played are playoff teams.
Yeah, they've definitely had a tough schedule.
Yeah, and that's tough on a rebuilding program such as RB, yeah.
All right, so trips right. Wasman back to pass. Over the middle. Complete. And again, RB having a hard time getting guys on the ground. A lot of high tackling out there. But he does get enough for the first down. Ball will be spotted at about the 19-yard line. So 1:38 remaining in the second quarter.
Clock stops on a first down. That's fortunate for the Bison here.
Yeah, once they get the ball spotted, they'll restart the clock. So that's a rule in high school as well as in college that they give them a chance to move the chains and get set. Fenton again going trips left this time. Tight right, single back. Wasman back to throw. Doesn't find anybody. Looks to take off with it. And he's tackled. Agnew, I think, in on the stop.
Agnew on the stop.
Gain of about 4, so the clock's still moving. Fenton has 1 timeout remaining. They're going to go no huddle here. Oh, maybe not.
All right, last timeout.
All right, so Fenton takes their last timeout with 1:07 remaining in the second quarter. They're looking at a second down and about 6. Ball's at the 16-yard line. You had mentioned rebuilding before, and you talked about the classic games with that group back in the early 2000s with Tim Brasic and Chatone Powers. I remember the years right before that in 1998, 1999. The team had a 2-7, 1-8 record. But they saw that group that was coming up, and we see maybe the same thing here with RB, where they have some sophomores that they pulled up to the varsity to get some experience. And again, similar to what happened, you know, the 2 years were tough before those glory runs started for RB football. So, you know, maybe they can have some of that same thing happen here. You know, you have these young kids up learning how to be leaders, learning how to be varsity football players, and it'll be something that we can look forward to next year.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go through a couple of bad seasons before you get a good season.
All right, so Fenton breaks the huddle. I formation backfield. There's a snap, fakes the handoff. They set up a little bit of a screen.
To Cohen again.
There's Cohen underneath. And he's down at about the 9-yard line, so probably just enough for a first down. So it looks like it's going to be first and goal for Fenton. Now, the clock stops to move the chains, but Fenton out of timeouts. I don't think they ruled him out of bounds. I think they ruled him down in play. So as soon as they spot this ball, they're going to wind the clock here. So Fenton's going to have to manage their time here. RB's going to have an opportunity to keep them out of the end zone and at least keep the score where it is as they go into half.
Yeah, again, 2 possession, big difference from 3 possession game.
Right hash, I formation. A little bit of a fake. They're going to the fade again. And this time it is caught for the touchdown.
Yep. That is not what they wanted there.
Catch made by number 83, Zach Jakalski. And so Fenton pretty much did just what they would want to do here. They got another score on the board, and they've left very little time on the clock. So with just 32 seconds remaining here before the half.
Yeah, not much you can do here.
Fenton is going to extend their lead. We'll see here if they can get the extra point. The kick is up and good, and so as we approach the end of the half, Fenton now takes a 21-0 lead. Now, RB does have all 3 of their timeouts, but again, with 32 seconds, it's going to be tough for them. They really haven't shown the ability to take any big plays down the field up to this point, so we'll see what they can do on the kick return. Maybe they can at least get good field position here.
Yeah, maybe just take a few shots down deep into their field.
Well, and even though Ziglich is back deep, those up backs, they got Agnew up there, Rogers. I think Linares is the other up back. I think those guys are more likely to get the ball.
Yeah.
Again, Fenton hasn't shown the ability on kickoffs to really get the ball very deep, so Ziglich being back at the 10-yard line is probably a little ambitious for what their kicker's been able to do so far.
Yeah, bad kicker. Bad kick could mean good field position. One nice play could get them into field goal range, set up a last-second field goal for Brondos. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, we saw the last time they kicked off, it was almost like an accidental squib kick.
Yep.
It didn't go more than about 20 yards.
Yeah. Looks like just a pooch kick there.
I know. Ball is fumbled. Rogers came up and tried to catch it on the run, and it bounced off him, and it was loose. It looks like
ball.
All right, good. RB recovered. So they'll have the ball at about the 31-yard line here with 26.8 seconds left. So again, not much time to do much here. They do have the timeouts, but they got a long way to go. About a 70-yard field here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just run the clock out, just go into halftime with a 3-score deficit.
Swift under center, I formation. Give this to the fullback. That Agnew, I think.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just going to let the clock run out here.
Yeah, Fenton can't stop the clock, so I think RB was just going to take that one play and go into the locker room. All right, so as the first half comes to a close, we're going to send it back to the studio for the halftime show. We'll see you in the third quarter. All right, everyone, welcome back. We are wrapping up halftime here at RB. The score is Fenton 21, RB 0. Looking back at the first half, Steve, it's pretty much been all Fenton. Offensively, RB has not been able to get much going, and Fenton has controlled the ball most of the first half.
Yeah, definitely turnovers has been a huge problem. Swift with a fumble and an interception. But then on the defensive side, they can't seem to bottle up number 3, Cohen. That's definitely going to be a problem if they want to make this comeback.
Yeah, and with Fenton up by 21 points and RB not showing much of an ability to move the ball down the field, it gives Fenton a lot of options. They don't have to be play with a sense of urgency time-wise. They can really milk the clock. They can try to shorten this game up. They're looking at making the playoffs now by locking up this win. So they're going to try to not give RB those big plays and give them any opportunity to get back in this game. At least that's what they're going to try to do. So we'll see if RB can get something going here in the second half. I believe Fenton receives the kick to start the second half, and we'll see what RB can muster up. I know it's tough after a long season like they've had. We talked about the seniors earlier and how this is really their last half of football, and so hopefully those of them that are on the field can dig deep and find it, something to worth playing for here in these last 24 minutes.
Yeah, well, last game, that should be motivation enough, but, final half of your career, just give everything you got because this is the last opportunity.
RB's coming out of the locker room now. There's a couple minutes here left before second half kicks off. I want to mention our sponsor, Dr. Pizza, our local neighborhood pizza place. Kids here probably eat more Dr. Pizza than anything else around, I would imagine. Good family operation and real supportive of RB and all the things they do here. Mostly the athletic stuff, but they're a big part of this school community.
And a shout out to all the fans watching at home, especially Ryan Hanley, who never misses an RB TV game.
You're watching RB TV, your educational network. Check out the YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/myrbtv. We mentioned earlier some of the games from the past. You can watch 24-hour sports network, all of your favorite games, classics from the mid-'80s and through last year, old game footage from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. The RBTV 24-hour sports network, online at www.rbtv.tv.
About 30 seconds till kickoff here in the second half. Fenton will be receiving.
Yeah, so that's really kind of a tough way to end the half by giving up a score, and now you got to give Fenton the ball right back to start. So the defense is going to be put to the test again. I don't know that they played that terribly again, other than not being able to bottle up Cohen too well. They have given up 21 points, but they've been on the field a lot, and they're being given short fields in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
When the offense isn't moving the ball and going 3 and out, and they're right back out there. So it's a lot of strain on the defense, I think.
But they've been struggling to make easy tackles, and if you do that, you're going to find yourself in a hole like they are right now. 21-0 going in the second half.
Fenton's definitely made them pay when they're not doing things fundamentally sound. If they tackle high, they're breaking the tackles. Cohen's going to be back deep to return. We'll see if they try to keep it away from him on the kick.
Looks like Jordan Petronella is going to be doing the kicking here. He's the linebacker, so this is definitely unorthodox. Not a bad kick, though.
Okay, all right, so they do keep it away from Cohen. It's fielded about the 18, returned pretty much straight up the middle. They get it out to about the 33-yard line, 34-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 Fenton here as we get started in the second half.
Yeah, it's key for the Bulldogs to start off the second half right, get a stop here, and give it to your offense, see what they can do.
Well, from what we've seen from Fenton so far in the first half, they're not real tricky offensively. They're pretty deliberate. Their formations aren't too varying. They pretty much have 2 or 3 standard formations, so it's not hard to see what they're going to do. So now you got to stop them. Cohen in the backfield is the tailback, I formation, twins left. Wiseman, the quarterback, under center. The give is off left tackle, Cohen.
What are the odds, right, to Cohen?
And he's stopped nicely for about a 2-yard gain. So good effort by the Bulldog defense there on first down. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line.
All right, so nice stop on first down. Let's see if they can do the same here on second down.
And we'll see what kind of adjustments RB's made. You had a halftime where you could talk about things that were going on. Cohen now back in tailback again. Split receivers right. They go with the screen pass. Completed. Gets a couple of blocks. Gains about 10 yards on the play. More than enough for a first down. Ball's going to be spotted at about the 46, 47-yard line. It'll be a first down for Fenton.
Yeah, other than like little screen passes, the passing game has pretty much been non-existent.
Well, the way the receiver kind of scraped off his blocker there, his blocker was able to pick off 2 RB defenders there, and that kind of sprung him for the extra yardage.
Mm-hmm.
So Fenton back in I formation. Quick snap, give off the left side.
Gain of 6 about, looks like, for coming there.
So good gain on first down for Fenton. And they push their way into RB territory with that play.
All right, you don't want to give up another score here. First drive of the second half. Stop here would be big.
So now Fenton comes out with twins right. Still in their I formation. Tight end left. RB with a lot of men in the box. Fake the handoff. Roll out.
Oh!
Pass is underthrown and a little bit behind the receiver. Good coverage downfield.
Ball was up there for a second. It looked like could have been intercepted.
Yeah, it was a good fake, but the cornerback stayed with the play nicely. Didn't bite on that. Stay with his receiver.
It was Nicky DeMarco on the coverage there.
So it'll bring up a third down and maybe 5.5 or so for a first down. Fenton I formation again. They fake the counter. Quarterback keeps it around the end. A lot of room to the right. And he's down to the 30 and tackled from behind. Stop. Good hustle on the play. But a big gain for Fenton. Wasman kept it, got around the corner, and took off for about a 40-yard gain.
That was Richard Theus on the tackle.
Yeah, good hustle by him to chase the quarterback down. But nevertheless, Fenton's going to have a first down here. They're about the 17-yard line. Right hash, first down. So Fenton on the move again.
If you can stop them here, though, their kicker has proved to be untrustworthy. So a stop here could mean no points for Fenton.
Yeah, the downside of that, of course, is you got to stop them 4 downs.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they can do here. So they're going twins left, I formation. Wiseman back to pass, a little fade route. Easy pitch and catch there for the touchdown. So just like that.
Yeah, it looks like it could be excessive celebration there.
Yeah, the receiver kind of tossed the ball up in the air, so I think he's going to be flagged for unsportsmanlike. But the score itself is still going to stand, and that brings it to 27-0 with the extra point pending.
Yeah, with all the injuries and everything, you got some of the receivers playing cornerback. So that was Lewis Rogers. He's primarily a receiver, so that's got to be tough.
Yeah, when you're pushing guys on both sides of the ball and you're asking them to do things that maybe they haven't practiced a whole lot during the year, it makes it tough. So Bulldogs will have to dig deep here. Not what they wanted to start the second half. Here's the extra point attempt. It's a fake.
It's a fake. Cohen.
We saw that earlier that he was the holder, and when they had their actual field goal attempt, so they kind of pull a little trick play there, and Cohen goes in easy for the 2-point conversion, and that makes it actually 29-0 Fenton. So a little bit of salt in the wound there. It's bad enough they give the score, and then they actually get faked out for a 2-point conversion. So we'll see where the penalty gets marked off. They usually don't do it on the extra point, so I would guess that they're probably going to walk this off here on the kickoff. So Fenton would probably be kicking off from the 25-yard line, I would guess, which will give RB some good field position for their first possession of the third quarter. So we'll see what we get here. So
4-possession game, but then again, there's still pretty much a whole half to work with. So
well, at some point, they're going to have to break some bigger plays. I mean, they've
Yeah.
had some success on the ground, but nothing sustained. You know, they get a couple of good gainers and then a penalty, or a couple of good gainers and then the offense kind of stalls out. So, you know, either they got to get more consistent with their plays in keeping drives alive, or they're going to need a big play to break for them.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ziglich back for the kick return here.
Yeah, again, I just think that's giving this kicker way too much credit.
Mhm.
I think the upbacks are more likely to get it. We saw last time Rogers had to come running up to field the ball and almost fumbled it away. Oh,
Wow.
and
Just as you said.
yeah, just as I say that.
Oh, but it's out of bounds, so
they catch
they'll
a
get
good
it on the
break.
40.
It was a nice play by Ziglich to let that ball go. It was getting close to the Fenton running down full
Yeah.
speed there.
Senior play from a sophomore there.
Yeah,
So
very smart play. A lot of kids probably would have thought to have to pick that up and do the best they could with it, and it had been pinned down deep. Instead, they're going to get the ball all the way out at the 40-yard line. So that's about a 37-yard smart play by him.
a lot of kids, they just want to get the opportunity to run with the ball. It takes the presence of mind to let it go out of bounds. You get the 37 run back, essentially.
Now, it's interesting. They're spotting the ball at the 50, so I'm not sure why they moved it up another. Oh, and that's why. They just had a flag for formation, and so they walked that penalty off in addition to the ball going out of bounds. So double penalty play for Fenton gives RB the ball at midfield. They go 4 wide. Receivers stacked on both sides. Swift under center, single back. Back to throw. Not much open there. Swift rolling right, running out of room, and is dropped for about a 1-yard loss on the play. So receivers en route were covered up nicely. There really wasn't anywhere for him to go with the ball. And we'll get second down and about 10 yards to go, maybe a half-yard loss on the play. RB going no huddle.
All right, well, gotta chip away, and looks like they want to do that fast. So there's the no huddle
Roll left, a little hitch play completed.
to Ziglich.
On the far side, complete for about a 5-yard gain, so that'll bring up third and manageable. Ball's at the 45-yard line.
Both special teams today have been very sloppy. Punting for RB has been an issue, and seems like every special teams play there's been a penalty.
All right, so RB again, no huddle. Rolls right, same kind of play, little hitch.
Rogers with a nice catch.
So about a 7 or 8 yard gain. That'll be enough for a first down. So back-to-back plays. Productive plays. That's what we talked about. They need to sustain this and keep these drives moving and keep getting first downs. And so, again, they're going to go no huddle.
Let's see if they can keep up with the 2 good plays previously. Get some consistency out of this offense.
Twins up top for RB. Shotgun snap.
Throwing it
Plenty
deep.
of time up the seam.
Oh!
And it is incomplete. Well,
Kyle Tracy.
there's a nice throw over the top. Dumped it in there nicely, but wasn't able to hang on. So incomplete pass. It'll be second down and 10. You can see on the replay, Swift had a lot of time to throw there.
Tracy had it.
Yeah, he threw it into double coverage, but it was a nice ball, and it fell in there nicely, but not able to hold on to it.
Well, at least they're getting off good plays now in a consistent manner.
Well, that's about as much as we've seen him stretch the field tonight. So I guess, at this point of the game, you're going to have to try to do some of that. Shotgun for Swift. Motion. Fake the give. Again, plenty of time in the pocket.
Oh,
Pass
Rogers
is complete.
with a nice catch. Stepped
Gets
out of bounds.
Yeah, stepped out of bounds, but he made the catch for about an 8-yard gain, maybe 9-yard gain. So it's going to be close to a first down, but looks like it'll be just a little short. RB cutting right up to the line of scrimmage right away, looking to run a play. Swift getting under center. Last time they had this short yardage on that fourth down play, he just kept it and pushed forward.
Yeah, and he's going to do that again.
There he goes again.
This is going to be close.
All right, they blew the whistle. Looks like they're going to give him probably enough of that push, I think. The ref coming in, spotting the ball well ahead of that first down marker. So,
All right, well, that's what you want to see, you know, a couple first downs in a row. Bulldogs offense looking pretty good.
and it's a first down for the
Second
Bulldogs.
half.
So again, RB right to the line of scrimmage, no huddle.
All right, knocking on the door now. Points here could be big.
Again, plenty of time.
To Ziglich.
Yep, little hitch route in the slot. Complete for about an 8-yard gain, so it'll be second and short. So good movement here by the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
this is what they needed.
Just like you said, yeah, consistent movement, and that's exactly what they've done here.
And regardless of the score, you want to have a better taste in your mouth offensively, and I think that this is helping the RB offense feel a little bit more comfortable out there. So again, no huddle.
Kulaga on the run.
Give around left end. Flag comes out. He got enough for the first down. We'll have to see what the flag is for. If it's holding.
Could be holding, yeah.
It's going to push the RB back. But as far as the yardage, he did get the first down.
Holding, yep. Penalties are going to kill you.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple of times. And so here we are again. This is as good a sustained drive as they've made for the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they're knocking on the door here, scoring, and then penalty pushes them back. So
yeah, just like the first drive, they had 2 good plays in a row, and then penalty stopped their drive.
All right, so Swift under center, Twins right, single back. Swift drops back in the pocket, plenty of time.
Oh,
Dumps it over the middle,
again.
completed. Enough for a first down to about the 11-yard line. So nice patch, nice pass, and nice catch. And that'll give RB another first down. So
sophomore connection. Both Swift and Ziglich, same grade. So maybe that's why he's favoring him. I don't know.
All right, so it's snapped. Rolls right, completed. Christian Verdon on the catch for about a gain of 1.5, 2 yards. So it'll be second down and about 8 yards to go. RB can get a first down here without getting into the end zone. The first down marker is at right around the 2.
Even though they didn't get a bunch of yards there, it's still nice to see you getting yards every play.
Yeah, Swift's looking pretty comfortable in the pocket. Fakes the handoff, rolls left. Thrown on the run, wide open.
Rogers, touchdown.
And RB is on the board. Touchdown Bulldogs.
All right, well, you got to start somewhere. So RB's chipping away at that lead. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. They need a 2-point conversion at some point.
Right, they're going to set up for one right here, but obviously some good adjustments made at halftime. It was a good, sustained drive. They overcame a couple of setbacks, a penalty. So a good one to build on for the Bulldog offense.
So it's Ziglich, the wide receiver, kicking the field goal. And he nails it.
The kick is good, and that makes it RB 7, Fenton 29. So they're still chasing 3 scores, but let's see if this gives them a little bit of momentum here.
Again, a bunch of injuries, so people got to play positions that they're not used to. And you see there Ziglich, nice kick there. So now the defense, it's on them to get a big stop here. It's only a 3-possession game now.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do on the kickoff. We've talked a couple of times about how they really don't have anything to lose. You can leave it all out on the field. So if you got any trick plays, you got any kind of pooch kicks or maybe onside kicks, we might see something like that here. You need to get back in the game, and you used up about half the quarter on that. Half of the third quarter is gone now, so they're going to have to string some of this together in quick fashion. So.
But then again, I don't know how much Jordan Petronella has practiced his onside kick. He's the linebacker.
No, that's true. That's true. He's not probably the one who's been doing those in practice. So. Line drive kick, caught by an up back at about the 27-yard line. He makes his way to about the 35, so it'll be good field position for Fenton, and now it'll be RB's defense's turn to get a stop here. So if they're going to get back in this game, they really can't let Fenton score any more points.
The reason the Bulldogs are without their kicker, Ben Brandos, he's also on the soccer team, so he's playing the regional game right now. So that could come key, but so far the Dogs haven't been missing him too much. Ziglich had a nice extra point there.
All right, so Fenton lines up, Twins left, Cowan split as a receiver, I formation. Quick give to the fullback, who is bottled up nicely by the Bulldog defense.
Nice stop on first down.
Minimal gain on that. It'll be second down and about 9 yards to go.
Get a stop here. The offense has some nice momentum going. See what they can do with it. Again, only a three-score game, so anything could happen. Plenty of time.
Yeah, it'd be nice to parlay that score with a 3 and out here and get the ball right back to them, especially now that they're moving it. They feel confident offensively. Let's get them back on the field and let them get back to work.
You saw Swift in that nice rhythm.
All right, so Fenton again, same formation. Twins left.
Looks
RB
like there's a
switching up on
receiver.
defense. Little flip out to the right. Cohen's got it. So again, we saw him at the receiver position on first down. They move him into the backfield on second down, and the ball goes right to him. It might be a late hit on the far side. A flag came out.
Yeah, you see the Bulldogs defense in shambles before the snap. There's a receiver wide open, no one on him.
Yeah, Fenton made an offensive adjustment in their formation. All of a sudden, RB started flip-flopping sides, so they definitely got caught out of position there. They weren't really set for that play, and as usually happens in that situation, the play goes right where you've not gotten yourself ready to play. So it is a penalty against the Bulldogs. That's going to move the ball another 15 yards down the field. They'd already had enough for the first down. The ball will be at the 32, first down. Fenton in RB territory, looking to score again.
Bulldogs defense has been playing a lot on their own side, but a stop here would be huge.
So Twins left formation. Gives to Cohen.
About a gain of 6, it looks like.
Ball be placed at the 27-yard line, so looks like it'll be second and 5. Right hash for Fenton. Fenton now kind of taking their time. They know they don't have to be in any hurry. They want to shorten this game up as much as possible. Twins left. I formation. Fake the fullback. They were looking to get a screen pass. The ball was deflected.
I believe that's an incomplete pass there.
It looked like Agnew came in on the end and got up and got a hand on that and deflected it up in the air.
Boy, that's probably got to sting Justin Agnew's arm there. It is freezing out there.
Yeah, you're not really, even though you're jumping up for that, you're not really expected to get your hand on it. When it draws a flush in the hand, that's going to hurt. It looks like he is kind of grabbing his hand. I'm sure that didn't feel good. But it was a nice defensive play by him to get that ball deflected up in the air, keep the screen pass from being completed. So now here we go, third down for Fenton. They're probably in a spot on the field where they're not going to punt, so RB's still going to have to make a couple of stops. Quick snap and a toss left. Bulldogs in on the tackle there.
Now more than ever, you gotta expect the run. They're looking to chew up the clock, so they're gonna go to Cohen as much as possible.
A gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be fourth down and 1. Again, I don't suspect they're gonna try a field goal. They're probably just gonna run a play here, try to get the first down.
All right, let's see if this defense can make a stop, get the ball to the offense again. They've had problems stopping Cohen, but
full house backfield, tight right. So power formation for Fenton. Gives to Cohen, and he is untouched through the hole, and he is into the end zone. And it's a touchdown for Fenton.
Yeah, and a late hit, too.
Yeah, I think he got torn down when he was well into the end zone. So penalty on the Bulldogs at the end of that play.
You can see the Bulldogs' frustration getting to them. He's clearly in there.
And so Fenton strikes right back and puts a touchdown of their own on the board. So they've scored both times they've had the ball here in the second half. And so as this third quarter starts to wind down, Fenton's going to line up for an extra point here to make it 36-7, although last time they did fake the extra point and go in for a 2-point conversion. So hopefully RB's going to keep an eye on that play there. We'll see if Fenton decides to kick.
Yep, it's good.
They do it, it's good. And so with 3:19 remaining in the third quarter, Fenton has a 36-7 lead on your RB Bulldogs. And you're watching RB TV, your educational network. Check out our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/myrbtv. Watch 24-Hour Sports Network, all your favorite games through the 80s, or from the 80s, and even as far back as the 60s or 70s. The RB TV 24-Hour Sports Network, online at www.rbtv.tv.
Yeah, well, it's a 4-possession game again. You at least got to show the Bison that you're not going to roll over. It's the final game for some of these seniors, so just leave it all out there on the field.
Well, this is when coaches can kind of evaluate a little bit. Even though the game score-wise obviously isn't where they want it to be, this is where you can kind of see what kind of character your team has. You can see how the kids are reacting to the fact that, this has been a long season. It hasn't been going well. But are the kids still out there giving 100%? I mean, I think that's the key. You're not always going to win, but you want to keep working as hard as you can out there and not give up at all. So hopefully the coaches can keep these guys going here for the last quarter and a half of this game in this season. So you can see the penalty marked off, Fenton kicking from the 45-yard line.
Just a little booch kick.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Yeah, that one looked a little bit more like a deliberate pooch kick. Maybe they figured they already had some yardage on the penalty. Maybe take a chance at dropping the ball in there where it would tumble around and they could try to recover it. But it goes out of bounds, so we'll see where they place it.
Bulldog offense coming off that nice drive. They seem to finally be getting in that rhythm. Let's see if they can pick it up again where they left off.
And again, you have a couple of sophomores on there. Even again, regardless of how this game ends up, they're out there gaining valuable experience. It was nice to see them run some smooth offense the last time they had the ball, so we want to continue to see that. All right, so the ball looks like it's going to be spotted at the 20-yard line, so that's where RB will have it, 1st and 10 for their second possession of the second half.
Now, why isn't it at the 40-yard line?
Well, they had something similar on the penalty on Fenton last time where they marked it to the 50. So I don't know if because it went out of bounds that they assessed the penalty from there. I guess I'm not really sure what the ruling is on that, but there was a penalty at the end of the touchdown play, so that must have had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, RB in a shotgun. Swift in the shotgun. Twins left to the top of the screen. Single receiver right down here with single coverage. We fake the handoff. And Swift is tackled from behind. He's brought down by Fenton for the sack. That's going to be a loss of 4 or 5 yards to bring up 2nd and long.
O-line's got to do a better job of protecting him.
Yeah, Fenton got through there on that one. The last drive, Swift had a lot of time to throw. We talked before, they're only bringing 3 down linemen, but it seems like 1 or 2 of those linebackers are coming each time. And if the offensive line isn't identifying it, they're going to have problems. So handoff on that last play, stuffed for not much gain. So it's going to be 3rd and about 14 yards to go for a 1st down. So not doing a good job of building on that last drive.
You saw them run that same play in the first half, and they got about an 8-yard gain, but there they just got stuffed.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of a draw play, kind of a wraparound handoff, but it's kind of a delayed handoff. And that time Fenton was on it. Swift in the shotgun. Motion left, fakes the handoff, dumps it as a screen.
Yeah.
And Fenton read that well. and they piled on there. And so, again, not much gain. If anything, it's going to be 4th and long, and now comes the punting unit for RB.
And that's bad news for the defense, because that means probably bad field position again, and they've struggled in the enemy territory.
Yeah, I mean, there is a pretty good breeze coming out of the south. This is going to be tough to get much yardage on a punt here, not to mention the fact that it's cold out, but we haven't seen punts going very far from this direction.
Not a bad punt, though, actually.
No.
Bad roll.
Yeah, got a bad bounce, and by the time it's down, ball's going to be spotted at about the 36-yard line.
So the first string punter, Matt Schaap, out for the season with a broken foot, and then their backup punter, Ben Brandos, is at his regional soccer game. So they got Justin Agnew punting, and you can see the effect of that.
All right, so Fenton breaks the huddle. We're going with the full house backfield. Cohen the tailback. Only one receiver split to the left. There's a give to Cohen. A little bit of room on the right side. Brought down for a gain of about 4.
Gotta hand it to RB's cheering section, though. Even with a bad season, Dominic Bongiorno, their leader, is still rallying the troops to try to fire up this Bulldog defense.
Well, it seemed to be the same play they ran for the touchdown on the last drive. RB did a better job of filling the hole. They lead with those 2 upbacks. Last time they made a big hole. He went into the end zone untouched. This time they dropped him for a 4-yard gain. Same formation here. 3 backs. RB loads up the box. We'll give off the right side.
So that's Kyle McPherson on that play, not Cohen.
But he does gain enough for a Fenton first down, so they're at about the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. And they're going to wind the clock, and Fenton's over at the sideline, so I assume they're not going to run another play. They're inside the play clock, so they can let the clock expire here. And that'll take us to the 4th quarter. As we go to the 4th quarter, we want to thank our sponsor, Dr. Pizza. Everybody loves Dr. Pizza.
Everybody loves Dr. Pizza.
Like we said before, they big part of the RB community, and they do support RB immensely. So big shout out to Dr. Pizza as we get into the 4th quarter.
All right, well, the score has kind of gotten out of hand, but let's see if Bulldogs can keep their heads up, still finish out the season strong. It obviously hasn't gone the way they wanted, but you still got another quarter to play. At least give it your all just for this last quarter. Don't want to leave that bad taste in your mouth. Give it your all and go into the off season or end of your career if you're a senior with a good taste in your mouth.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to play high school sports, and like you said, sometimes you're not going to win and have the best season, but you still have the opportunity to get out there and compete, and that's part of what high school is all about, having that kind of opportunity. So, all right, so here comes Fenton out to start the 4th quarter. They got 1st down and 10, balls at the 25-yard line. Looks as though they're going to stay in their kind of loaded full house backfield here with a full house. Offset to the left slightly. Cohen in the backfield. RB responding by stacking the box up as well. Give to Cohen off tackle. And he sheds 1 tackle and is able to get about 6 yards on the play.
Yep, again, the bulk of their offense is going through Cohen. So, I mean, they know it's coming. They just have proved that they can't stop him to this point.
Yeah, and Fenton realizes, there's really no reason for them to throw the ball and take a chance at stopping the clock. They can just keep pushing the ball down the field and let the clock run. And again, try to shorten this game up as much as possible. So again, same formation here, a little offset to the right. And the give is to the right. This time tackled in the backfield. Nice job by the Bulldogs defense.
McPherson on the run there.
So Fenton's been in this formation now for 4 or 5 plays in a row. This is where you want to be careful that you don't get lulled to sleep by them running the same play over and over, and then all of a sudden they change it up on you, and you're not ready for it. They obviously read that one. They made the tackle in the backfield, stopped him for a loss of 1 or 2 yards. But now you got to be ready for them to run something different out of this.
Yeah, definitely look past here. 3rd down and 11 to go.
There's a toss sweep. RB stringing it out to the side. Cohen does make the corner, though, and it looks like he got enough for the 1st down.
You just think if they're going to get the 1st down there, they're going to be passing the ball.
Cohen just basically outran it. They strung the play out well, but he was still quick enough to get around the corner. So it'll be 1st down for Fenton. Ball's at about the 11-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. What works to Fenton's advantage here in the 4th quarter is that they're going in a direction where the play clock is located at the end of the field there. And so they can kind of watch that as they go each play and run it down to next to nothing and try to eat up as much of the time as possible. A little toss to the right.
Nice stop there.
Good defensive pressure there.
Nick Kandari on the stop.
Ball's down to about the 6-yard line, so a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down. Fenton can still get a 1st down inside the 2.
Wind's blowing everything around up here.
Play clock down to 10. So again, Fenton can kind of milk that play clock every down if they want. Twins left, I formation. There's a snap. A little pop pass to the tight end, and it's complete for a Fenton touchdown. The tight end was lined up to the right side. He just released off the snap and was pretty much just taller than everybody he ran down there with, and was able to reach up and make that catch. So touchdown Fenton. That'll make it 42-7. Extra point pending.
Yeah, RB was probably looking run there, seeing as pretty much all their plays have been runs. And in the red zone, you would expect that. But Wassman comes with a nice pass to their tight end for a score.
Snap is down, and the extra point is good. And so with 9:11 to go in the 4th quarter, Fenton extends their lead 43-7. And again, you're watching RBTV. We're here at Shuey Stadium, home of the Bulldogs. They're finishing off their 2013 season against Fenton, one of their conference opponents. The Bulldogs have struggled this year with a record of 1-7. Fenton, on the other hand, came in at 5-3, looking to win a 6th game and secure a spot in the IHSA state playoffs. Those pairings will be announced tomorrow. And we were hoping for a better show, I think, from the Bulldogs for their final game, but it's pretty much been all Fenton tonight.
Yeah, well, it's a rebuilding program here. Like you said, we got some good young players coming up. So this definitely isn't the season for the Bulldogs, but the juniors and sophomores just got to work hard next year. Hope for something better next year. They definitely got an easier schedule next year.
Yeah, I believe the new conference kicks in next year. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So there's a lot of new teams that'll be on the schedule. And so you're right. It probably overall will be a little bit of a lighter schedule compared to some of the teams that they've played this year.
Six playoff teams in their schedule this year, if you include Fenton here, which it will look like they'll get into the playoffs as well.
Yeah, for those of you unfamiliar, RB has expanded the Metro Suburban Conference to include some private schools from the western suburbs. And so there will be, I believe, 14 teams total, 12 that will be playing football in the next year. So the kickoff fielded at about the 10-yard line, and good return brought out to about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, RB and Fenton actually 2 of the original 4 in the Metro Suburban Conference, I believe, with Ridgewood.
In Elmwood Park?
Yes, and then Elmwood Park.
Right, and so since then, Glenbard South has come in. They've added Ileana Christian and Timothy Christian
Yep.
that don't play football, but now they're going to add, like I said, another 7 schools, I think. So they'll have a 2-division football conference next year. All right, so RB getting back on offense here. Twins right, single back set. Swift under center. Handoff to Agnew off the right side for a good gain of about 11 yards.
There's
out to
a
the
flag on the play, though.
40-yard line, and another flag.
Could be looking at holding. Yep.
And holding against the Bulldogs. That's going to bring that play back. So that's about a 20-yard flip there. They're going to go from having a nice first down run, and instead it's going to be 1st and 20.
It's like you said, those penalties, they're drive killers. You have a nice play there, and then you're stopped, and 10 yards back, they can deal a serious blow to any chance of scoring on this drive.
Well, and that's, I think, their 3rd holding penalty, and all 3 of them have come on nice game plays. Now, you could say that maybe that's because of the holding that helped break those plays, but nevertheless, they've all been on positive yardage plays. So RB comes out now, trips right. Swift getting under center here. Again, that wraparound delayed draw. A lot of room on the left side there. Agnew with a nice gain. Makes up a lot of the yardage there. Gains about 17 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 3. So there was a nice productive play. They were able to make up the penalty yards there, and now they have a 2nd down and manageable. So they're going to go no huddle. Twins right, single receiver left, shotgun. Back out into the flats.
Rogers
again comes back to make a nice play there. So
that should be good for a first down there.
Yeah, the receivers weren't really open there, but Rogers worked his way back and found an open spot and settled down there for the catch. It was about a 4-yard gain, enough for a Bulldog first down. So the first time tonight I think we've seen them overcome one of those holding penalties. A few times before it's been a drive killer. This time they're able to overcome it. So here we go. 1st and 10 Bulldogs, Twins left, shotgun single back. Swift takes the snap, rolls left.
Davis with a nice catch.
Davis with a little hitch route is piled on there after a gain of about 6, so it'll be 2nd down and 4. So as we get close to halfway through the 4th quarter here, 7:40 remaining in the 4th. RB again on the move. So this looks more like the drive we saw a couple of series ago, or a couple of drives ago, I should say. They're moving the ball nicely here. So Twins right. Again, Swift and shotgun. Looks.
Nice blocking by the offensive line there.
Another little hitch route in the seam.
He had all day there.
Avoided the first tackle, got a few extra yards out of that, so that'll be good enough for a Bulldog first down. Zinglich on the catch there. You can see on the replay, he makes a nice little step back after the catch, gets out of the way of the defender, and is able to push his way forward for another 3 or 4 yards. So here's a snap handoff left.
Fearless run by Agnew. He's just running through
and
people.
that's the kind of stuff that you want to see here. You know, again, the game's out of hand score-wise, but are the kids still playing hard? And that's evidence of it right there. Good hard run by Agnew. Pushes the pile, gain of about 7. RB again, no huddle. Swift under center. Fakes the give. Rolls right.
Oh.
Looking deep.
Oh.
But
he had Davis wide open.
Overthrows Davis. Had 2 guys back there covering him, but the ball was overthrown. So they'll come back. It'll be 3rd down now. Again, RB's in a spot where punting probably isn't an option here. So you're looking at having 2 downs to get this yardage. So you can get pretty much anything at your disposal in the playbook here. So let's see what they come up with. You got Twins right. Swift under center. Agnew in the backfield.
Swift calling some sort of audible here. Then he calls a timeout.
Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first timeout of the second half with 6:41 remaining in the fourth quarter.
That's impressive by Swift, though. He recognized something.
Yeah, I don't know if he saw maybe a blitz coming from the corner, and he wanted his receiver to make sure that he picked that up.
Yeah, again, he's only a sophomore, so that's really impressive. That's something you'd expect out of a senior quarterback.
Right, and for him to be able to get this kind of experience here during this season, these are hopefully things that he won't then make mistakes with next year or won't have issues with next year. He'll feel comfortable coming in as a junior, and the team will really be his to run. So good experience for him now.
Yeah, well, Vandermark started the season at quarterback, and then he had that injury to his shoulder. So Swift has kind of had to learn on the fly, but he's been doing a good job,
Well, when I've talked to the coaches, they say he works really hard. He's always doing those little extra things. So they really like his demeanor and his attitude as a football player. Tight end shifts from left to right. A little bit of an offset eye backfield. Handoff, give to Agnew, off right tackle.
Looks like they got the first down.
Gain of about 6, more than enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 35-yard line.
You got to applaud the Bulldogs here. Down big, but they're still playing hard.
Twins left. Agnew single back, Swift shotgun. Pump fake. Plenty of time.
He looks like he's going to run with it.
Yeah, everything opened up for him on the left side. I don't think he was planning on running, but he really couldn't pass it up. There's a lot of room there. So a nice gainer. Ball is down to, let's say, the 24-yard line. So he got more than enough for a first down. So it'll be first down Bulldogs. Ball on the 24.
Swift's a tough kid. Yeah, some quarterbacks you might see him slide there, but Swift just lowers his shoulder.
All right, a little bit of a different formation here. You got a bunch formation to the right, 3 receivers. Swift drops back to pass, under pressure, being hung on to, and dumps it in the middle of the line.
Play. Just throw it away.
Yeah, Agnew was there, almost like they were trying to set up a middle screen, but I think Swift just threw it into the ground knowing the play wasn't going anywhere. So,
yeah.
2nd down and 10.
And again, that's a sophomore making these smart plays. Looks like the team will be in good hands next year with Swift at the helm.
All right, so left hash for the Bulldogs, 2nd down, 10 yards to go. We're exactly halfway through the fourth quarter, 6 minutes to go. Agnew now split left, so they're 5 wide here now. Agnew goes in motion. They're actually going 4 receivers now to the right-hand side. It's a little bubble screen. He's got blockers out there in front. Well, a flag came out.
Holding again.
I think they're going to get.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get Verdon for a hold. Although I didn't really think there was a hold there. I saw where they threw the flag, but let's see if we can get it on the replay here. I think it's they'd already thrown it by then, so maybe he had a hand of the jersey or something like that. But there you go again, another hold.
Yeah.
Negates a nice play.
You hate to see that too, because I really didn't see a hold there.
Well, it's a nice design.
That's another sophomore, Ziglich there. Could be part of greater things to come for RB in the future.
Yeah, those are going to be 2 primary offensive weapons that you're going to have next year that have already gained a lot of experience. So here we go now. Trips left, so they've kind of flipped this formation, but they got the bunch left now. Agnew goes in motion. Linares goes in motion, so they have quads left.
Oh, just overthrows him.
Yeah, threw a fade route there. But the ball floated out of bounds on him, so it'll bring up a 3rd down. So they're looking at 3rd and 14, balls at about the 29-yard line after that holding penalty. Again, RB's probably in 4-down territory anyway here, so you still have 2 downs to get the first. You don't need to get it all in one play. So we'll see what they come up with here. They've gone trips the last 2 times. It's now back to more of their conventional formation. Twins left. Swift under center.
Nice blocking.
Swift rolls
He's
out,
wide open.
squares his shoulder.
Dean Ziglich.
And the touchdown, Bulldogs.
That's what you want to see. That's the feature there. It's Ryan Swift,
That's right,
a sophomore. It says Dean Ziglich, a sophomore.
Sophomore to sophomore. So 29-yard touchdown pass. Swift to Ziegler. And that makes it 43-14 with 5:17. I'm sorry, 43-13 with 5:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. As RB lines up for the extra point.
Ziglich just caught a touchdown pass. Now he's kicking a field goal.
That's the life of high school football.
Yep.
A lot of guys are out there for almost every play.
And then nails the extra point.
So a nice drive for the Bulldogs there. So offense definitely working better here in the second half. They've got 2 long touchdown drives. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to change what's happening here score-wise, but it's been nice to see them move the ball offensively here in the second half.
I wonder if we'll see any seniors coming off of the bench. You know, last opportunity to play.
Well, and again, this is probably a point in the game where RB would be trying to do some kind of onside kick or something, but it looks like they are lining up for some kind of onside attempt here.
Yeah.
But as you said before, this isn't their regular kicker. They probably have not had a chance to
yeah.
work on it much. This is
the linebacker, Jordan Petronella, going for the onside kick.
You know, I doubt he's worked on the touch of what an onside kick would be. But it looks like we're going to get one here. So RB lining up with 8 guys to the right of.
If he can get it
kicker
down on the tee, I think we'll be fine.
Well, the key here is it's got to go 10 yards before they can recover it. And that did not go 10 yards.
Yeah, you ideally want to get a bounce to get a pop up in the air and then try to get it.
Yeah, that one never had the right angle.
Yeah, that's where you miss Brandos there on the onside kick. But, you know, not a bad effort by Petronella. It's probably his first time ever trying to do that. So.
Right. All right, so Fenton will just take over where the ball went out of bounds, which was at the 48-yard line of RB. So Fenton in an I formation.
There's McPherson on a 5-yard run. It looks like maybe 6 yards.
Yeah, I think they feel like Kyle's got to probably get too many more touches here the rest of the game. They're just going to kind of grind this clock down, so we're getting to be close to under 5 minutes here.
Yeah, at this point, Fenton's probably thinking about their next matchup. So you might see Cohen coming out of the game a little bit more.
All right, RB calls a timeout. And so you're watching RB TV, your educational network. Check out our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/myrbtv. We're here at Shuey Stadium at Riverside Brookfield High School for the final game of the 2013 season. Fenton versus our Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs.
And if you haven't had enough RB football after this game, come out to the freshman game tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. against Fenton.
Yeah, the actual final game of the football season will be tomorrow morning. So the freshmen.
Take a look at some of the future varsity players. You know.
Well, and the sophomore team has won big today, so it's nice for them to finish the season on a winning note. They won 58-0, I think, was the final score. So it's nice for them to get a victory to end the season. They've had some struggles this year as well. They've also had a small group this year, but I haven't had a chance to see any of the freshman games, but they do have a large group of freshmen that are out. And I know some of the freshmen were playing up with the sophomores this evening. So potentially there are some talent coming up. I know sophomores, obviously, they suffer by not having Swift and Ziegler, some of those guys that have been up on the varsity all year. They would be big-time players for the sophomore team. So it was a neutral zone infraction with the Bulldogs there on that last play, moved the ball up 5 yards. So, again, Fenton going to continue to just work the ball on the ground and keep this clock moving. So we're under 5 minutes here to go in the fourth.
Yep. Fenton's probably just going to be running the clock out at this point. Not much else to play for. Don't want to run out the score too much.
No, and so they will sit back tomorrow, and they will wait for the pairings to come out. The state will wait, obviously, until all of the Saturday games are finished before they announce their pairings. And the top 256 teams throughout the state of Illinois will be divided up into 8 classes and put into brackets. So Fenton will have at least one more game this year. Another handoff to the right side for little or no gain.
But I think next game could be their last game, seeing as they played a pretty weak schedule here in the Metro Suburban Conference.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go into the playoffs at 6-3. Depending on how the quadrants or the halves of the brackets are set up, they're most likely going to face a team that's more of a 7-2, 8-1 record. They'll be probably one of the bottom half teams with 3 losses. So you're right. They'll probably be playing a team that's has a better record than them. And we'll see. I mean, I guess the good thing for them is they're going to be in. So fullback give. The pile gets pushed down a little bit further. Again, I don't think Fenton's in a position where they're going to bother punting, so they're just going to eat up as much of the clock as they can. And they gave enough for the first down, so it'll be first down. RB ball is at the 27-yard line.
And for a school like Fenton, getting in is probably reward enough. They're traditionally not a great football program, so.
Yeah, so they're it's something that their school probably appreciates. It's not they're certainly not a powerhouse where they're in every year. In the same way that RB hopes to get themselves back into the playoffs one of these next seasons. Another fullback give.
The ref got in the middle of that tackle.
Notice, too, that Fenton has pulled their starting quarterback, Wasman, out. The quarterback is number 40. He's not on our roster, so I'm wondering if maybe that is a underclassman that they have getting a little bit of reps here.
Yeah, and normally in the playoffs, you'll see some underclassmen get called up to the football team for the playoff run.
Well, we've said for teams like Fenton, who maybe don't get in every year, they have ups and downs. It is a good opportunity for them to get extra weeks of practice. A lot of those schools, the powerhouse schools that are in the playoffs every year, I mean, their lower level kids can come up and play, and every year they know they're going to get 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks of extra play. It's almost a whole half a season of extra practices and extra games, and that sort of helps perpetuate your success. You're always getting 50% more football in your season than schools that are done after this weekend. So it definitely helps your program when you can keep those kids playing football for a few more weeks. So Fenton got another first down. I don't think they really need to do much.
Yeah, they're probably just going to kneel it.
Yeah, they're in their kneel down formation.
But like you said, getting to the playoffs they were reward enough, and you can see them celebrating on the sidelines. They just poured the water cooler on the coach. So they're enjoying it now.
Well, congratulations to the Fenton Bison, who will advance to the IHSA playoffs. And RB will finish the season at 1-8. We've said a few times tonight that this is kind of a rebuilding process, and we look forward to these sophomores and the juniors then coming up and becoming the new varsity, new conference, and so some new opportunities. So they got some things that they can work on here in the off season, and I'm sure the Bulldogs will be back better than ever next season.
Hopefully. Well, yeah, you think about names like Britt Davis, Tim Brasic, Chatone Powers. That's what we're hoping to get in the near future here. And, you know, you got Swift, Zieglich, David Pribble-Pierdenach. He's another sophomore on the varsity team. So, looks like good things are ahead for the Bulldogs, even though this season was a struggle. One final kneel should do it.
And that's it. As the final 15 seconds tick away on this season, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to RBTV for the game. Steve Bear, I'd like to thank you for joining me in the booth today.
Problem.
It was a fun experience. And that'll do it for football in 2013 for the Bulldogs. The final score, Fenton Bison 43, Riverside Brookfield 14 as they line up to shake hands. We will wrap up our broadcast. Everyone have a good night. Take care, and we'll send it back to the studio.